And welcome back into our day10varsity.com. A little bonus coverage on the third place game between Olathe Northwest and Shawnee Mission North. We are now in extra time, bonus time. And for the first time, and at least from what I was able to see, I'd say about the last 10 to 15 minutes, the Ravens of Olathe Northwest have taken the lead, 49-47, just over 2 minutes to go here in overtime. As we walk back in for a little bit of a break, it was really all about Mr. Merrick Greinert. It's the Merrick Greinert show for about the last 3 minutes of the contest in regulation. At one point, Shawnee Mission West was up by, Shawnee Mission North, I beg your pardon, was up by about 10, I believe, with under 5 minutes to go. But the Ravens, never doubt the Ravens, use their talons to claw right back in. 50-47. Here's Poppy, got the line. He's been money from that stripe all week long. Makes two in a row. Puts his team up by 4, 51-47, 2:13, 2:12 remaining. Alex Cazares, one of the stars for the North team. He's only a junior. Correction, Alex Cazares, believe it or not, he's only sophomore, but he is fouled out of the game. That happened in the opening 10 seconds of overtime. And he is kind of like the oil that makes that engine go. For the Bison, at the line is Dalian Holman, 6'2" freshman. Tough spot for anyone, let alone a freshman playing in his third high school game. 51-48, 2:07 to play. Ravens up by 3. Ravens up by 2. And Merrick Greinert going to inbound. That young man is going to sleep well tonight, because if not for his effort, he bared down with about 3 minutes to go and single-handedly took over this game for Olathe Northwest. Here's Burnett getting it over to Poppy. Being guarded closely by Miguel Reyes. Going to follow him into the lane. Poked out from behind. Fortuitous bounce. Lands into the hands of Mason Schlitterhide. Here's Greinert. Goes to his left. Going to go ahead and hand it off to Caden Campbell. Back up to Gavin Poppy. Here's Greinert. Wanted a screen. Not going to get one. It's going to be poked out. Miguel Reyes flirting with a foul, none called. 51-49. Team in blue with a 2-point lead. And the ball. 1:23, 1:22 left in overtime. Are we going to see more bonus time in overtime? Oh, we're going to find out right here on A10 Varsity. Here's Greinert way out up top. Just playing a little bit of keep away. They're in no rush. Greinert in a little bit of trouble. Coach Gonzalez saying, hey, let's move that ball around a little bit. And that they do. Popic playing a little bit of catch with Greinert up top. This possession has already eaten away over 30 seconds. And North being persistent on defense. And there's a foul. I believe they're going to get Popic on that one. Much to the delight of the Bison faithful. And both teams are now in the bonus. At the line for the Bison is Miguel Reyes. I would gladly tell you how many points he's had or how many he's made from the stripe today. But I have no idea. Here I thought Taco Bell was more important. What do I know? Well, they have these power bowls that are pretty darn good. Taco Bell not a sponsor. Maybe they should be. Makes the front end, but a huge offensive rebound going right back out, and what a fantastic heady play. What a great play by Miguel Reyes. He took advantage of the momentum that was coming and really flying through the air like some sort of a cruise missile right at him. He stepped out of the way, but just enough to where he was able to draw the foul. He's going to be going to the lane, or the line, I beg your pardon, the top of the lane, going to be shooting 2 when we come back from this officials timeout. Training staff making sure that everything is okay. Certainly hope he's all right. Coach Gonzalez over there as well. Caden Campbell, a tough young man. He's now setting up. That's a great thing to see. Unofficial attendance here for this third place game. Believe it or not, 445 here at DeSoto High School unofficially. Great to see so many parents, fans, just followers of the great sport of basketball here in attendance. See Caden Campbell getting a nice ovation. He's going to walk that one off, rub a little dirt on it, and he's probably going to get back into the game here momentarily. (51-50). So we came back. It was, as I pointed out earlier, toward the end of the third quarter, and the Bison went on about a 7 or 8-0 run to put a little distance between them and the Ravens. Stayed that way until about 3 or 4 minutes left in regulation. Then Merrick Greinert solely took over. With, of course, the help of his teammates. Made some huge clutch shots. First of the 1-and-1. A little bit off the mark. Bison have missed their last 2 from the charity stripe. Miguel Reyes looking to make the second. And he does, and we're all tied up again at 51. My good man Darren operating the cameras asking, hey, who's ahead? Well, when it's tied up, no one's ahead, my man. But we're all kind of ahead by being able to watch these two teams show off their skills. 32-30, we're under 30 to play here in overtime. Olathe Northwest tied up with Shawnee Mission North. Shawnee Mission North won 2 games all of last year. They've already won 1, trying for their second, and that's going to be a 5-second call. And well, is it though? I think we have dueling whistles, but I believe the official on the far side that is standing in front of the scores table said that Coach Gonzalez got that timeout called just in the nick of time. And when I say nick of time, I'm saying milliseconds, just a skosh, very technical term. I don't know why you're smiling at me, Darren. Probably smiling because we have extra time here. Bonus time in DeSoto. We were remarking on after the first game this morning between DeSoto High thank you. But when DeSoto High girls were playing earlier this morning, we said, we haven't had an overtime game all week long here at the Hardwood Classic at DeSoto High School, brought to you by Great American Bank. $51 less than 20 to go in overtime. Are we going to see overtime number 2? Or will one of these two teams come out on top in this extra stanza? You got a front row seat to it right here on 810varsity.com. To inbound the ball is going to be number 1-2. And he has been number 1 in this overtime and in the second half, quite frankly, for the Ravens. Merrick Greinert walks it in, taking the time. Going to milk this clock down and go for that last shot. North applying pressure, not too much. They're going to fall back. There's Popick. He is going into the lane, trying to draw a foul. And wow. And I think, well, let's see here. To watch that one on replay. Officials certainly have a better perspective than I do way up here with my old eyes. More importantly here, standing at the line with 3.1 seconds remaining, it's Gavin Popick. Saw him a couple of days ago, and he certainly impressed. Sensational sophomore. He has a bright future. This entire team for Olathe Northwest, predominantly underclassmen, they bring only 3 seniors into the Hardwood Classic. Sophomore, Popick got the line. Looking to break the tie. He does not. he'll have another opportunity. Getting a little bit of encouragement from Quentin Lewis. And Coach Denton Hayes says, hey, we got 3.1 left. I've got a timeout to burn. I'm going to go ahead and use it right now. Give the young man wearing the number 10 in blue a little extra time to think about that. Equivalent to icing the kicker. Well, this is like icing the free throw shooter. And again, I'm being handed a note by Darren saying who is winning. And I'm trying to tell him there is no winner right now outside of us that are watching it. We are definitely the winners. We're going to have to work on your math. Good thing you don't have a checking account yet. Or do you? Do you have a checking account? No, he's shaking his head no. That's probably a good thing. Well, immediately following the conclusion of this game, whether it's going to be decided in the final 3.1 seconds or whether we're going to go to more bonus time, our next game up on the docket is going to be the Broncos of Lee Summit North, the undefeated Broncos, against the Huskies, the upstart Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest. With a remarkable turnaround from their season last year where they went right around 500. But watching them play a couple of times earlier this week, I don't know that I've seen a more impressive squad compared to what possibly I saw last year. So fundamentally sound. Coach Cheadle has certainly got them firing all cylinders. But the Broncos bring in some of the best talent in Kansas City. Multiple Division I players. So definitely going to be a contest you want to stick around for. Second shot for number 10, Mr. Popick. Forthcoming. And it rims in and out. 2 seconds. 1 second, friends. We're going to bonus number 2. Last-ditch effort by Mason Schlitterhard. Falls off the mark. And we've got 4 more minutes of play here at DeSoto. I'm going to step aside just for a moment, wet my whistle, and we'll be back with extra time. Now, for those of you kind of sitting in the lobby, so to speak, waiting for the start of the championship game between Blue Valley Northwest and Lee Summit North, the Broncos and the Huskies, the Girl Championship, that will take place and tip off roughly about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this third place game here between Olathe Northwest and Shawnee Mission North. And we'll be right back. And we're back for overtime number 2. 2 extra bonus periods in this one to determine who's going to go away with the third place trophy on the boys' side of the bracket here at the Hardwood Classic. Beautiful DeSoto, Kansas at DeSoto High School. Opening tip, advantage, Olathe Northwest. Back into the game is Logan Burnett. Gets it over to Quentin Lewis, and he is fast. He's got a fast step or fast first step. Past anybody we've seen all week long. There's Popick doing his thing again. I don't know how. He's just like a snake. He slithers. He serpentines through the lane. So effortless for the sophomore. There's Jordan White. As a reminder, Alex Cazares, the 5'11 sophomore sensation, is on the bench with 5 fouls. Picking up the slack has been Miguel Reyes. Hit a huge foul shot to tie this game up. There he is in the right corner, going to work the baseline. Short corner, there it is. That's a heady play by Miguel Reyes, the 5'9 junior. Despite his size, he's playing with a lot of heart. Certainly above and beyond his height. Logan Burnett goes to the left. With Lewis, gives it to the hot hand, Mr. Popick. And again, Popick into the lane. Into the lane, Alonzo Mourning would be proud. Twists and turns, he backs up his booty right where it needed to be, lifts the shot up off the glass and in. And the Ravens up by 2 now with a steal. Coming back is Popick, waiting for his teammates. 55-53 in favor of the Ravens. Popik's going to kind of reset it just a little bit. Coach Gonzalez getting in his ear and letting him know exactly what he would like to see. Wide open down out in the short corner. He had an opportunity, did Logan Burnett. But Riley said, you know, not so sure about this shot. Let's go ahead, bring it back up top. And then again, you never make the shots you don't take. So here's Burnett being trapped up top. He gets away from it. He's wide open, beautiful bounce pass. But the Ravens being very patient, waiting for the perfect shot. They are just spreading the ball around, very technically, very fundamentally savvy. Look at this. Now Coach Gonzalez says, hey, enough of this passing outside of the circle. We are going to start trying to score. There's a quick foul. Love to see that sportsmanship. Well done, Jordan White. 5'11" senior Jordan White. Love to see that display of sportsmanship. Well done to that young man, his parents, teachers, coaches that have instilled that in him over the years. So many times you see players just kind of walking over the opposition, maybe saying a couple of words, kicking them in the ear hole. I make that up, but sure it happens somewhere. 55-53, 1.5 to play in double overtime. At the line is Quentin Lewis. Makes the first of two. Ravens up by 3, 56-53. Metronome's a down off the back heel, but he gets his own rebound. No bigger rebound this game than that one right there by Quentin Lewis. That is all hustle. He's got to be part of the all hustle team. And again, good job by Jordan White. He got the foul and a little bit aggressive, and he let Mr. Lewis know that didn't mean to make it quite that aggressive. 56-53. Going to bring in my man Darren here from USD 232, part of the Hardwood Classic. You like what you're seeing so far, Darren? So tell me, you were the coaches on either side. You were Coach Gonzalez right now for Olathe Northwest. What are you telling your crew?
I don't know. I'd probably tell them, you have to make a 3 or something.
I have to make a 3. Oh, they're up by 3 right now. Do they have to make another?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're saying to heck with good defense and taking care of the ball. You just need to fire it up and extend this lead, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, conversely, Coach Ditton over here on the left side, Ditton Hayes, first-year coach of Shawnee Mission North. What a great job he's doing so far. What are you telling your troops?
They need to make a 3.
They need to make a 3. Okay. Well, that makes a little more sense because they are down by 3. Got about a minute and a half left in double overtime. See if we go to a third overtime. It's about 3:28, 3:30 on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm going to say that even if this current game would stop right now, we're at about 3:45, 3:50 before tip-off for the girls' championship. A little bit of trouble getting it in. Are they going to get the 5? Yes, they will get it in under the 5. Logan Burnett walking it up into the front court. Liam Daly into the contest to apply some defense. And he is not in foul trouble. Here's Popik again. Gavin Popik, 6'1". I'm telling you, folks, this is a young man that has a future. I won't be surprised if he's playing somewhere at the next level in a couple of years, only a sophomore. Very athletic, but at the same time, he's smart about what he does. Very strategic, surgical-like, one might say. Fans still pouring in here at DeSoto High School. They heard that we have a double overtime situation. Merrick Greinert, who's key down the stretch to force overtime, misses the first. The front end of the 1-and-1. Trying to get it back to a 2-possession lead for the Ravens. His shot is up, and it rolls off again, misses them both. Coming the other way are the Bison with a chance to tie. or at least cut the lead to 1. Ian Fowl into the game now. He takes a 3. That's just off the back iron, but a huge offensive rebound again. A little bit short, 32 seconds left. Ravens up by 3. Merrick Greinert with the rock, looking for a little help. Quick foul called. They're going to go to the line. The Bison are in the double bonus, as are the Ravens. Greinert gets the first one. 57-53. Huge shot with under 30 to go in double overtime. Huskies and the Broncos to start about 15 to 20 minutes at the conclusion of this game. Greinert's second. That one leaves no doubt. Nestles snugly through the nylon. And here comes Miguel Reyes. Bison need to hurry. They got 5 points between them and the Ravens and 19.3 seconds to do something about it. Jordan White here on the near side, looking for a little bit of help to throw it in. He's got Big Aziz. He's going to go ahead and take it up. No foul. Cuts the lead to 3. 15.4 seconds left. 58-55. Olathe Northwest up by 3. Nursing now a 3-point lead and the ball. When we come back, going to take a quick break right here at 18varsity.com.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Thin crust? Thin crust.
He's finally coming down.
The wait is over. Casey's new light and crispy thin crust is here.
And welcome back to DeSoto High. 58-55. 3-point spread in favor of the Ravens, who are going to be throwing it in. And it looks like they're about ready to do some wind sprints. Not exactly sure what this is. A formation that I'm not familiar with. But I can tell you this, that oftentimes, all that for a little bit of nothing. Filling up all 5 lanes. Long outlet pass, beautiful underneath to Popkick, and that was an aggressive, well, don't think they're going to call it, don't think that'll be a technical. Just a hard foul by Mr. Aziz. Mr. Aziz Jain. That is his 4th foul for number 4. 58-55. If the Ravens can close this out, it would complete a comeback of epic proportions. Down by 11 points in the 4th quarter. They just fought back 1 bucket at a time to force overtime, and then they forced it again. 8.7 seconds left in this second overtime. Pardon me. Off the front iron, 3-point differential, 6 seconds, 5. Bison still have a chance. A lot of time ticking away. Jean off the front iron. Ravens win. $58-55. You're over, really your 2 overtime final. Get that right. Your 3rd place team in the 2023 Hardwood Classic on the boys' side of the bracket. Olathe Northwest, hard-fought victory. And as you can see, the girls are already on the court. They are eager, they're anxious, and ready to go. One of those 2 teams that you see taking the court will claim the championship trophy, and you have a front row seat to it right here on 18varsity.com. 15 minutes is about to start on the game clock. They'll have introductions. So I'm going to say we're about 18 minutes away from tip-off. Championship game between Lee Summit North, the Broncos, going to go against the Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest. We'll be right back here on 810varsity.com.
points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Ah, there it is. There's that sound. You know what it means. We are moments away from championship Saturday starting in force. Our first of two championship games today in the Hardwood Classic. The Broncos out of Lee Summit North and the Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest set to do battle. We got about a minute until announcements and introductions. Gives us a chance to go through both rosters. Let you know about exactly who we are going to be seeing today. First, how about the Broncos of Lee Summit North? They come in with a roster absolutely loaded with talent. Starting at number 4, that is Antiel Snoddy. She is a 5'6" sophomore wearing the number 4. L'Oreal Welch, she's also a sophomore wearing the number 1-2. Summer Yancey wears the 13. She's a senior. Nia Gavel. She's a sophomore wearing the number 15. Amaya Mitchell. She wears number 21, and she is a sophomore. Angelina Cruz, the junior, wears number 22. Wearing the number 23 is Addie Potts. She is a junior. Jalen May. She wears 32 and 53, depending on the game. She is a 6'3" sophomore sensation. Be saying her name quite a bit tonight, along with so many others. Corrigan Ebert wears the number 45. She's a junior. And Maddie Williams, she wears the number 52, and she is a senior. For the Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest, number 2, Riley Edwards, a 5'11" sophomore. Molly Nermerich, she is a 5'3" sophomore wearing the number 5. Ella Murphy wears 15. She's a 5'11" senior. Megan Derensborg, 5'5" junior wears the number 20. Number 22 goes to Gabby McFall, 6' junior. It's Maya Davis, 6' senior, wearing the number 23. Josie Grossadier, she is a 6'1" senior. Samaya Edwards, 5'10" junior, wears the number 32. Lainey Douglas, hear that name a lot. Lainey Douglas, 6'4". She is a senior, wears the number 34. And Elise Grossadier, she's 6'1" and a senior, wearing the number 35. Introductions are in the books. We are moments away from tip-off here in the championship game. The Hardwood Classic on the girls' side of things. Your starting five for the Huskies: Burvey, McFall, Davis, Edwards, Douglas, I'm sorry, not Edwards, but Lainey Douglas and Elise Grossadier. Snotty, Yancey, Mitchell, Potts, and May for the Broncos. Not often girls ball around here that you're going to see Jalen May, 6'3", going up against a 6'4" to tip off. But that's what we have here. Going to be a fun one. Should be a pretty high scoring game, explosive as well. A lot of athletic ability on display. We are underway into Soto. Championship game. Maya Davis, good look under, I think that was number 22, Gabby McFall. Starts off the scoring, makes it 2-0 early in favor of the Huskies. This Husky team, you've seen them in years past. They've been a nice team, but this year, and that's a nice basket by Jalen May. She's only a sophomore, folks. It's going to be fun to watch tonight. Here come the Huskies working it up. Left wing sees a little bit of a angle, does Burvey. Can't get it to fall, coming back the other way. Broncos hurrying it up. As I said, it's going to be a fast-paced game. Summer Yancey, where's that 1-3? I also mentioned how there's a lot of Division I talent on the court tonight. As the game progresses, I'll tell you a little bit more about some of these players that will be continuing their basketball career once they graduate high school. For some of them, it's going to be a couple of years. Long shot by Yancey's not going to fall. Here come the Huskies. Tied up at 2, just underway in quarter number 1. This Husky team, and that was a kind of a reach out and touch. Don't think that Addie Potts meant to be quite that aggressive. Give her the benefit of the doubt. Going to be thrown in on the near side by Ella Burvey. Broncos like to employ an aggressive man defense. You can see it in action right there. And they will play every inch of this court on defense. You don't let the game come to them. They will take the game right to the Huskies. But the Huskies, nice fake. Underneath, an even better pass. That's a couple of points for Lainey Douglas. But make no mistake, Tamaya Davis, she's responsible for half of those points. You see her waving her hand saying, hey, that's exactly right. Turnaround jumper, she makes that look kind of easy. And that was Jalen May. Huskies have numbers. There's Ella Burvey. Kicks it out. Nice little drive, short corner, off the glass. The bank is open. It's Mia Davis, an impressive young lady. Had a chance to speak with her a little while before the game. And I asked her quite bluntly, beg your pardon, I said, hey, what's so different about this team this year? She said it's just a different vibe. She kind of left it at that. And by the way that they have been playing so far in this tournament, it is certainly a new day for girls basketball at Blue Valley Northwest. Quick timeout. There's Coach Shayla Cheadle over there. She is a fiery coach, first-year coach, and she definitely has a bright future. She has a bright past already. Played at the University of Kansas, where her sister also played a little bit of volleyball. Coach Cheadle also played overseas professionally. So she has the resume that you would expect, commensurate with how she has her team playing. Scoreboard shows 6-2. 5:38 left in the first. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here on the early goings. Looks like the Broncos are going to try a little full court pressure. We'll see how the Huskies respond. Both of these teams overflowing with talent and athleticism. Look at that. Come on now. Lainey Douglas. She's got 4. Huskies have 8, and they're up by 6. Look at that hustle, stepping in front of it. Another turnover forced by the Huskies. And here they come, holding on to a 6-point lead, looking to add to it. Wide open, Ella Burvey. Doesn't quite get that one to fall. It's going to go back the other way. Good effort underneath by both teams. Lee Summit North coming in with a perfect record. Alicia Dunn, first-year head coach. Year 1 versus year 1. Future's definitely bright for both of these two squads. Last year, Lee Summit North was a 10-15 squad. And already this year, they have eclipsed half of that win total. Quick timeout. The aforementioned Alicia Dunn reaching into her pocket. Pulls out the card. Charges a timeout. Her team down by 6 halfway through period number 1, 8-2 in favor of the Huskies. Summer Yancey said her name a number of times. She is a University of Central Florida recruit, which now is part of the Big 12. But she was a District Player of the Year last season. Recent signee at UCF. She's a 2-time All-State player. 2-time first team all-conference and district player. She's just a strong forward. She can score in the paint, and by the looks of what I've seen on tape, she can score from the outside when called upon. 3 ball, almost goes down the drain, comes back out. Good job, the best way to beat a press. It's good passing, good ball movement. They're just so sharp. Gabby McFall with the tray. There's Yancey. Ooh, there's going to be a block. That's going to be called against Elise Grossadere. Blue Valley Northwest on a 9-0 run. See if Summer Yancey can squelch that with one shot, and she does. And she makes them both. 11-4, 4-14, 4-13. Remaining in period number 1 in the championship game of the Hardwood Classic. That's going to go back the other way. Two team fouls against the Broncos. Only one team foul against the Huskies so far. Here comes Anteel Snoddy. Passes down into the coffin corner. Comes back up top. Tries to work it inside. Nobody there. Elise Grossadere steps in front. How about that? Coast to coast. Gabby McFall, the 6-foot junior. She is playing like an all-state or an all-star, as are most of these Huskies right now. Long three, a little bit too hard. The Broncos still trying to pick up the Huskies full court style. 13-4. The prognosticator said that this was going to be a 13-4 game with 3:23 left. I would have said you're a little bit crazy, but that's where we are. Working the ball around the outside of the arc until you find something in the middle and rejected. Jalen May hit that big paw out there. I guess you're a Bronco, you're got a hoof. Get that big old hoof out of there. And a little bit of English, and Summer Yancey, she's going to go to the line, trying to make three the old-fashioned way. And Summer Yancey, responsible for 4 of the 6 points for the Broncos. Trying to make it 5 of 7. Summer Yancey is the leading scorer in the Hardwood Classic this year. Circles the drain. It's pulled back out by that imaginary magnet. 2:52 left in number 1. 6 for the Broncos, 13 for the purple and black. Well, streaking right in the middle. Great move, turn around. And that is Maya Davis. What a scrappy player. She does not care that she's not quite as tall as some of the other players. She's going to get right in there. Molly Nummerich. She's a 5'3" sophomore. Always great to see some of the underclass players getting some valuable minutes at a venue like this and a tournament against top competition. Those are the kind of things that help build the program. There's Yancey. Kind of hooks around her defender. Broncos still retain possession. And Teal. Snoddy gets it down to the corner. Baseline drive. Low post. She tries to get it up. They're going to say that she took an extra step in there. Not happy with herself is Addie Potts. Addie Potts, one of the leading scorers for the Broncos. Hasn't put a couple through yet, but she certainly will. The 5'6", or excuse me, the 5'7" junior. Grosadier having a little bit of trouble with the defense, able to get it away to Lainey Douglas. Molly Nummerich, she's going to a little behind the back dribbling. And that was an extra little step by Riley Edwards, 5'11" sophomore. Little spark off the bench for Coach Cheadle. Here comes Snoddy working it up, going to hand it over to Potts. Going to go right back to her teammate. Round the top of the arc. Trying to work it in, Yancey. She gets that ball. She lets everybody know it. They'll find ways to get her the ball throughout the game, but not on that possession. Here come the Huskies, and that's one of those fouls. They're going to watch that on tape. And Addie Potts, and she knows it. That's one of those frustration fouls. 1:23 left here in quarter number 1. 7-point spread between the Broncos and the Huskies. Huskies so far getting the best of the Broncos. Last year, these Huskies, believe it or not, 7-12. Lost to Blue Valley in sub-state action. Speaking of Blue Valley, looks like Coach Bruce Erickson in the stands here, doing a little bit of scouting. Good to see Coach. Maybe try to get him on a headset a little while. Baseline pass, those are always dangerous. Going to retain possession of the Broncos. Just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. 1, 2, 3. Lainey Douglas. Off balance shot, but she draws the foul against Oh, she is not going to. I think they're going to say that maybe she took an extra step. Lainey Douglas, 6'4", senior. The Missouri State commit. Got a couple of commits. The Grosadiers going to be going to Colorado Christian. Delightful young ladies, represent their school well. Shout out to the Grosadiers folks. Got a couple of delightful young ladies. One thing too, if you're a youngster watching these two teams play and get after it, just ball out. I want you to pay special attention to the Blue Valley Northwest defense. When they're on defense, the other end, I haven't seen a team as fundamentally sound as boxing out as I have. This Husky team, a little bit of trouble, no foul call, just good effort trying to get after the ball. And that's a good idea. That's a fantastic call by Coach Dunn to get a timeout, pump the brakes a little bit. Things could have got out of hand in a big hurry. Gabby McFall coming up a little bit lame, looking for the training staff to come and give her a quick little workover. Might need to get an ice pack, a heat pack. And what we will do is we'll be right back right after this on 810 Varsity. So, you know what? On second thought, I think we're going to keep it right here. Paying too much attention to the potentially injured Gabby McFall, but looks like she's okay. Leading scorer for both teams. McFall with 7. She's been lights out. Both of these teams have had really good looks at the basket. Collectively shooting 53% from the field. Not too shabby. 53%. Wish I could have got that in algebra. 13-6, 17 and a half left here in quarter number 1. And Teal Snoddy waiting for a screen. She's got one either way she wants to go. Good job of getting off that screen. Tamaya Davis. Now to Yancey. Yancey. She is shut down. I think they're going to get a block. Let's see if they're going to get that on 25. That's going to be on Riley Edwards. Riley Edwards, only a sophomore. But she's kind of like the human Red Bull. I mean, she just zooming and a zigging and a zagging all over the place. Sometimes that extra aggression gets her in trouble. Nice turnaround off the glass, no good. And 13-6 is going to hold after quarter number 1. The Hardwood Classic Championship game. The Huskies out of Blue Valley Northwest going to take a 7-point lead into quarter number 2. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back here on 810varsity.com.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
Welcome back to DeSoto High. Championship game of the Girls Championship. The Hardwood Classic brought to you by Great American Bank. A couple of the top teams in the metro area. Impressive so far. The 7-point spread of the scoreboard doesn't exactly tell the tale. A lot of unforced errors early on for the Broncos. Huskies doing a fantastic job of forcing those and taking advantage of it. Still going to an aggressive man-to-man. See what kind of adjustments both teams make after that timeout. And that's a good call. That's a tough call to make with the right one. Good job by the official on the far side. You don't often see that call, but that, well done. This is one of the, seen these gentlemen before. One of the top crews around. 4 team fouls on the Huskies, 3 on the Broncos. There's Yancey looking for a screen. She's got it rolling off. She had underneath. Jalen May waiting for it. Jalen May is going to have to get the payoff another way. Nice little fake. Tough shot off the glass. Addie Potts. I think maybe a 3, well, I'm not sure. So Potts gets the basket. All right, well, we're back at it. Less than a minute into quarter number 2. Grossadier, left-handed drive, kicks it back out up top. Laney Douglas. These are just two fantastic teams, folks. Great ball movement, fundamentally sound. Grossadier leaves with her first bucket of the game. Comes at a great time for the Huskies. Yancey drives, and she is frustrated to no end. I saw her reach into her pocket after quarter number 1, go to the official. She had $20, says, can I please buy a bucket? Of course, I say that tongue-in-cheek, but I know she could, she would, because she's had great looks at the basket. She just has not been able to get into fall yet. Working it inside, Grossadier. That is a fantastic. I'm going to say it so many times, just so fundamentally sound. That's exactly what you teach the players to do. You get the rock inside, you turn around, and you go up strong. Hang on to the ball. More often than not, you're either going to make the basket or at least you're going to draw a foul out of the deal. That's what Grossadier is doing. She's got 2 shots. Makes the first. She's got 4. That is Josie at the line. There's Elise, Josie. I spoke of them both before the game, and I tried to differentiate outside of the numbers because the numbers is sort of like black numbers on a black jersey, a little bit of an outline. It's sort of like mashed potatoes to the eye. They all just sort of blend together. For all you athletic directors out there. 17-8, just over 6 minutes before halftime. Yancey 3, left side, not going to fall, but an offensive rebound. Couple of players going strong. Probably a good judgment call by the official that was standing right in front of it. Had a great view. Good to see Gabby McFall coming back in. Looks like she's all right. Got a little treatment. Get the massage gun out there a little bit. Yancey. It's the wrong side of the hardwood. Grossadair for 3 from the left wing. No good. Offensive rebound to Maya Davis. Already a candidate for the all-hustle team, the Hardwood Classic. What a treat it's been to watch. Just love good basketball. Shout out to Hayden and Darren up here, USD 232 students, running the operations, putting up with my voice for the last several days. Should get hazard pay for that. 3, there's a foul, does not go, but she's going to be shooting 3. Assuming that did she get, I don't know if her foot was outside of the line. We're going to see here in just a second. And she will get 3 shots. Gabby McFall taking one for the team. Coming into this contest, Gabby McFall averages 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, 8 points. Such a well-balanced. You look at both of these teams and the stat sheets, and I know we're early in the season. Broncos have a few games under the belt already, but the balance top to bottom on these rosters. This is fantastic basketball. 19-8, Huskies in control, now going to a 1-2-2 matchup. Dropping back, love to see the post play down low, now at the high block. Nice fake, pop from 12, no good, rims off. Grossadier, another big rebound. Here's McFall, cross court. They look back to Coach Cheadle for a little direction with 5.5 to play before halftime. They're up by 11. Want to protect that lead, possibly add to it. Will they hear? No, they won't. Going the other way. Here comes Until Snotty. They've got numbers. Snotty, corner. There's Addie Potts. She gets it. Addie Potts starting to heat up, and when she gets hot, look out. She can put up a lot of points in a big hurry. Into double digits now are the Broncos, 19-11. Under 5 to play before half. There's McFall, drives to her left, finds inside Tamaya Davis. Another heady play. Tamaya Davis has 4. Match them up. Half court inside, and one thing that I know the Broncos are desperate to do is work it inside to Jalen May. Jalen May has a fantastic kind of a drop step. She turns around and just sort of lays it up onto the glass, and she's going to make it, I'd say 70-80% of the time. But the problem is getting her the ball. Because there's number 34 down there, 6'4" senior. Her name, Lainey Douglas. They're going to split 2 ways, a little bit of zipper. They'll have to go way up top. Wait the 5-second count. Snotty waiting on Davis. Coming back in, little matchup zone. That one's going to go the other way. Another unforced error. Davis to inbound. McFall's going to walk it up. The staccato of the basketball following her as well. Burvey back into the game. There's Davis. Can't quite get that to go. And that's going to stay in possession of the Huskies. $10 point spread, 21-11. 4 left before halftime, just under 4. There's Lainey Douglas. She's been just a little bit short on a couple of those ducks underneath. She'll get that worked out for sure. Long pass to Yancey. Yancey for 3. Yancey, back iron, coming the other way, Huskies. There's Davis. Another great rebound. She's 6 foot, but she plays like she's about 5'7". Kind of that sort of equivalent to a football scat back. She's just all over the place. She can kind of wiggle her way in, and that's a good call. And I know that until Snotty's not going to like that call, and quite frankly, and that's how you coach it. Now, you don't want to take the legs out from someone, but at the same time, you want to get right there. Let the opposition know right where you are. So she had good placement, maybe just a little bit too ambitious. McFall does not fall. Rebound Broncos. Here come the Broncos looking to cut it too. Single digits. It's pie time here in the second quarter. 3:14, 3:13. Left to play before half. Nye Gavel. Going to reset his Addy Potts. Calling out the play. Still in that 3-2 zone that seems to be doing a great number on the offense of the Broncos. They've yet to crack the code, but I love the double screen. Give her some options. And Yancey, you could see the frustration on her face, and she's letting the official know that she's frustrated too, and you don't blame her. I mean, she's balling out, but these shots are just not going for the Broncos. But when they do, they're going to come in a hurry. Here's Yancey. Nice. Bounce pass inside. Didn't go to May. Got Snotty inside. It was. No, it was not. That was number 21, Maya Mitchell. Here comes Jalen May. 14 fouls against the Broncos. 3 assessed to the Huskies. Just a reminder, the boys' championship game will be held right here, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' championship. Great hustle. Nyla Gavel. She's only a sophomore. Again, great to see so many underclassmen, the freshmen and sophomores, getting great experience in events and venues like this. Blue Valley Northwest shooting 50% from the field, and that's why. A lot of cleanup inside, but they've also been deadly from beyond the arc. Only shooting 25% from the field are the Broncos. And that helps explain the 23 to 11 point differential. Yancey drives strong. She is going to be the beneficiary of the foul called on her adversary. She's going to be at the stripe shooting 2. Team down by 12. That is the first foul on, I think, Edwards. Going to get dinged for that call. Makes the first. She missed a couple earlier in the first quarter. And she makes them both. The stroke like that, you can tell she's done that a few times. 10 points, separate the two. Less than 2 minutes to play before half. Here's McFall, going to hand it off to Burvey. Back up top, Lainey Douglas, been a little bit quiet here recently, but when McFall is able to get shots off like that, most of the time they've been falling. No pun intended. Didn't mean to say that. Mainly because, she's probably heard it her whole life, especially when she's playing sports. It's too easy. Just like these players are making this game look too easy. There's Yancey. Lost the handle on it, but she had a step. Inside, there's where it is all day long. Jalen May. First points of the second quarter. Cuts it to 8. Now the Broncos like to get a little bit closer before they go into the locker room. Good pursuit and pressure. Numbers advantage for the Huskies. Now squelch. How about Lainey Douglas for 3? Not going to go. Other way. Here's Yancey. Weaves, zigs, zags, Euro, step, in. That is a beautiful play by Summer Yancey. Showing why she's a Division I recruit. She'll be taking her talents to the University of Central Florida. She's now part of the Big 12. She'll be playing there starting next year. What a treat it is to watch her, and we'll be able to see her for a number of years at UCF. Mentioned earlier that there are several players across both teams that will be taking their talents to the next level. Grossadiers, they're going to play at Colorado Christian College once their eligibility is done after this year. It's Maya Davis. She's going to go to the JUCO route, earn her way to a potential D1 scholarship after a couple of years. She'll be playing Johnson County Community College. Give you some more here as we progress through the game, but we're progressing right through this contest. 40 seconds left in quarter number 2. 6 points separate the two. Little give and go. Burvey, left corner, no good. Offensive rebound. Burvey resets up top. Foul inside. Just being a little aggressive. Jalen May, nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit too aggressive. Officials doing a great job of keeping the game under control. Oftentimes, let's get away with a little bit. But when you start to take a little bit more than you should, that's when you're going to hear the whistle. Kind of like when I try to take too many cookies. I hear the whistle in my own mind. Sean, remember the time on the treadmill. Do you really need 7 cookies? (24-17) and an offensive rebound. Excuse me, not an offensive rebound. Jalen May, beautiful. Brings it all the way up, and she cannot get it to go despite having a good look. Mila Mitchell. Right place, right time. Cannot get it to go in. There's Lainey Douglas. 6 seconds. 5 off the glass and in. Lainey Douglas. She's so graceful. Long shot off the glass. Not going to go. But these two teams are going to go to the locker room. And the team from Blue Valley Southwest with 26 is going to go in with a 9-point advantage over the Broncos of Lee Summit North. You got a front row seat to all the action right here on A10varsity.com. We'll be back after this. Hey, how about that? We go into halftime, and the split was 26-17. We come out of halftime, we have the same score. What are the odds? Darren asked me, how's that possible? Well, that's the magic of math. The magic of math. Just ask my banker. He'll tell you all about my magic. Whew. Underway. Possession arrow in favor of the Huskies. They'll have first crack at it as we get going here in the third quarter, 26-17. Despite the score, this has been a relatively well-balanced game. Fantastic athleticism on both sides of the court. There's Yancey. She was 2 for 6 from the field. Frustrated because some of those misses were a little bit closer. She felt that she should have made it. Holds herself to a pretty high standard. Yancey calling out for a screen. Baseline drive. Tough shot. No foul call, letting him play. Burvey takes a hard fall. McFall, how many times is that going to happen? Completely unintentional. There's Davis. Gets it over to McFall. Looks like the Broncos going to go into a 2-1-2 zone, or at least that's what it looked like to me momentarily. Well, what are they doing here? No, they are not. So forget what I just said about the zone. Just happened to be placement at the time. Minute 15 away here in quarter number 3. McFall. Defensive pressure being applied by the Broncos turns into an opportunity for Lee Summit North. Going right to the basket, wasting no time are the Broncos. Davis with the rebound. She's going to bring it up. Good hustle play by the Broncos. You'd love to see that. That's kind of one of those eye-openers, and I know that Coach Cheadle does not like to see that. She wants her team to be on point at all times, and they have been this game and all week long here at the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Great American Bank. Watching it here on 810varsity.com. Kicks it back to the right corner, back up top. Definitely an outside-in team, at least right now, are the Huskies. Trying to get it into Douglas. First name Laney. Laney Douglas with 9 points so far to lead all scorers. Burvey, Grossadair, McFall. They're a little pitch and catch. And I know Laney Douglas is a little bit frustrated. She said, hey, wasn't ready for that. But for any of you that have played, that is not an excuse. Sort of like when the receiver, if the ball hits him in the hands, well, I wasn't ready for it. Well, it hit you in the hands. Snotty, but a little bit quiet offensively. It's a nice push. Can't connect that. There would be a foul on that one, but here we go the other way. Jalen May with a nice look. Here's Davis. Twists around, corkscrewing up top. Poked out. Great hustle, and Teal Snotty. Right on cue, number 4, right on cue. And a quick timeout being called by Coach Cheadle. 4:54 left in quarter number 3. Rather appropriate because right now the Broncos are firing on all cylinders. Now, you two youngins, you think, what are you talking about? 4:54, firing on all cylinders. What do you think I mean? They're looking at me in disbelief like, 4:54 what? It's an engine. General Motors engine, 4:54. A lot of Oldsmobiles. What if I said 3 on the tree? What do you think that means? $3 bill on a Christmas tree? You're wrong. 3 on the tree. Shifting. Come on, fellas. Okay, back to the contest, and again, look at her go. She is absolutely part of the all-hustle team here on the Hardwood Classic. Yancey for 3. Summer Yancey buries the 3. And just like that, 26-24. What it was at one point, 14-point spread. Well, hey, you know what? Well done, Antil Snotty. You have the trophy. My young friend might have kind of sold that a little bit. But if there wasn't a touch made, she wouldn't have an opportunity to do that. So, here we are. Gavel throwing it into the aforementioned Antil Snotty. Right side Yancey. Don't give her that lane. She's going to take it every time. Offensive foul. She does not agree. She is pleading her case. She's got to be careful. The official's doing a good job kind of talking her off the ledge. Been a relatively clean game in terms of those extracurricular, either verbal or physicals. Well done to both teams. Testament to the good coaching style. Here's Davis. We're going to reset things, getting it over to Darrensburg. who's going to drive baseline, short corner, shot no good. There's Douglas underneath, no foul. Kind of that exasperated expression says it all right now for the Huskies. How the tables have turned here in quarter number 3. Snotty before the shot, while she was on the floor, picks up the foul. Or excuse me, draws the foul on her defender. 3 team fouls. Or beg your pardon, 2 team fouls for each the Broncos and the Huskies. Gavel getting some great minutes. Only a sophomore. She's wide open here on the near side. There's Yancey. Probably tried to force it just a little bit much. Fell a little bit off balance. Going back to a man-to-man defense are the Huskies. Full court pressure being applied. Try to get an early trap. Snotty has done that effectively. Mitchell applying that same type of pressure. There's McFall. My goodness. That was a great crossover drive to the basket. She cannot get that to fall. Kind of a role reversal in the first half. We saw the Broncos of Lee Summit North having a little bit of trouble busting the lid off the rim. Here in quarter number 3, that's exactly the fate that I almost said the Bison. Too many directions. North, northwest, southwest. Coming up next. Yancey for 3. First name is Summer, but she is cooling off the Huskies like it's the dead of winter. Lee Summit, over the past 5 minutes and 30 seconds, they are on an 8-0 run. Blue Valley Northwest has seen their lead shrink to a single point. At the line, trying to get 1 or 2 of those back is Megan Derensborg, 5'5" junior. Lets the first one go. Sneaks over the front iron and in. 27-25, 2:24 left in 3. As a reminder, the championship for the boys bracket will take place approximately 15 to 20 minutes after the conclusion of this girls championship game at the Hardwood Classic. More great hustle. Who's going to come up with it? That's McFall. McFall to Davis. Davis kicks it out. Derensborg into the lane, looking for a little bit of help. McFall for 3, and that gets rejected. And here is Snotty. Rejects the 3, steals it for 2. And we are tied up at 27. 2:03 left in quarter number 3. Championship game of the Hardwood Classic. And you are watching it live on A10Varsity.com. We'll be right back.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Thin crust? Thin crust.
He's finally coming down.
The wait is over. Casey's new light and crispy thin crust is here.
All tied up at 27. We came out of the halftime break with the Huskies leading by 9, 26-17. So far in this quarter, my quick math tells me that the Huskies have scored a grand total of 1 point in 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Are you impressed that I did that on the fly, Hayden? He just sort of, yeah, exactly, since you didn't tell me. We are all tied up at 27s. 10-1 run for the Broncos to start this second half. With the ball is McFall walking it up. She's going to be met right at half court. Gets it down. to Grossadere, who works inside to Davis. She is going to square up against Yancey and give it away to Grossadere. Grossadere with her head on a swivel. So fundamentally sound. They always know where the ball is. And you know where the ball is there after releases from Summer Yancey's palm. The bottom of the net. Summer Yancey has it going on. That is her third three of the second half. Makes it a 30-27 game. The first time today the Broncos have taken the lead. They have come out hitting on that 454, all cylinders in quarter number 3. Much like the Bronco team that we're used to seeing. And another three. It's raining threes here in DeSoto. That's an Isla Gavel. She gets into the three parade. Grossadere trying to back up Jaden May. That's not going to happen. Jaden May's got to hold her ground as much as she can. To the right, there's Davis trying to make something happen. That one gets a little bit loose, and here come the Broncos. Snotty, left corner, a little bit short. Got a little tie-up. Officials going to get together. They're going to say that's going to go to the Huskies. I'd like to see that. You know, they asked each other, hey, did you see that? Do you have a clear look or a better shot than I did? One official says, no, they didn't. That's okay. Blue Valley 0 for 7. Their last attempts from the field. Last 30 seconds of quarter number 3. Speaking of threes, that three's a little bit off. 25-24. Presumably playing for the last shot. Going to hand it off. There's Davis. Free throw line. No good off the back iron. She got to get the roll on the bounce. She does. Bounces in. 32-29. 3 points. That ended an 8-0 run. I believe that's only 4 points for the Huskies because the Broncos own the third quarter. They came out with 17 points after 2. They have doubled that up in 1 quarter of play and now have 34. Again, do you see how I did that? I added 17 and 17 and I got 34. That's what the Broncos have. Only 3 points in quarter number 3. 17-3. The Broncos outscored the Huskies in quarter number 3. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hardwood Classic Girls Championship. A10varsity.com.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, cause it all gives you more with Whataburger rewards.
Well, we had 2 overtimes to determine who the third place winner would be in the boys bracket immediately before this game. Now with 8 minutes left, 1 quarter play in regulation, we've got another game that's shaping up like we might go bonus time as well. 34-29, 5-point advantage for the Broncos with the ball. Summer Yancey in that third quarter with 9 of those points, 9 of the 17. Snotty with 2 steals, and really she was close on about 3 more. And there she is in the lane, tries to dump it off underneath, can't get it to Corrigan Ebert. And a jump ball being called, possession arrow points in favor of the purple and black Huskies. Trying to claw their way back in. Now, do Huskies have claws, Hayden? Paws and claws. Don't they have claws in the paws? Why don't you take a pause and think about that? Okay. Try the V. Will be here all day. 34-29, 7.5 to play in quarter number 4. Here's Davis. Looking for a little direction, a little bit of help. Derensborg off the glass. Megan Derensborg has been quite the spark plug here in the second half for the Huskies. Seems like all the good teams have someone that comes off the bench and is able to provide just that, and that is Megan. For the Huskies, here's Potts, who's been a little bit quiet offensively, but certainly has made her presence felt defensively, stepping in front and forcing a number of turnovers throughout the majority of the game. Here's Davis. Coach Cheadle saying, hey, get the rock inside. Maybe not to the player wearing white, but Davis getting back up, chasing it down. Snoddy tries to drive the baseline. How about Davis coming back? That was a good move by the official to get in there at just the right time. Saying, hey, just let tempers cool down a little bit to appreciate the competitive spirit that both of those players have. The right call it is. Grossadere going to throw it into McFall. Fall brings it up. She's walking to the left. Going to come back to the right. Davis being guarded by Snoddy. Back up top to Laney Douglas. Laney been very quiet in the second half. Grossadere. McFall for three. It's in. Huge get-right bucket for Gabby McFall. Friends were all tied up at 34 again. Broncos have an easy look underneath. That was Jalen May. Kind of came off of her hand. I think the technical term is cattywampus. It's a basketball term that many of you probably don't know, but cattywampus. Fell a little bit short. But you know what isn't short? Our love for these two teams in this championship game. 34 all. Here in quarter number 4. We'll be right back on 810varsity.com. Full time out gives us an opportunity to tell you about some of these student athletes. Told you about Summer Yancey and taking her skills to the University of Central Florida. And Teal Snoddy. Now, she's a transfer that came in from Atchison, Kansas, where she played about a half a season. She was part of the all-conference team up there, made the Kansas 4A girls all-state second team. She's young. She's a versatile player. Very skilled for her age. Recruited by UMKC. Missouri Western, Wichita State. Might be a shocker. Might be a rue. Plenty of offers coming her way. How about Jalen May? At 6'3" and a sophomore. You see what she's doing underneath. She's already got interest from a number of Division I and II schools. Offers from UNKC and the like. She's going to be looked at just like we watched Snoddy to be a big part of this team. Oh, that's a great job. Not giving up on the play until Snoddy. Tip your cap to number 4. What a treat and a delight it has been to watch her and her teammates play. Same way that we've delighted in the ability of plays like that by the Huskies. Elise Grossadere, all tied up at 3 dozen. Just over 5 to play in regulation. Snoddy being worked on by Derensborg. Yancey been a little bit quiet over the past few minutes until that shot. Summer Yancey adds another 2 to the total, bringing it up to 38, 38-36. There's Derensborg. Gets it back up to Grossadere. She's driving down on the low block, kind of bounce passes it with one hand, kind of dangerous. Douglas says, you know, if I can't get the rock inside, there's a huge play, gutsy play by Grossadere. That was Elise Grossadere, 35. Her sister Josie wears the 25. Derensborg going to throw it in on the baseline. between the O and the T, the word Soto. We're going to see Soto boys play immediately following the conclusion of this championship game against Blue Valley Southwest. But until then, we get to see plays like that. Making Darrensport puts them back up by 1, 39-38. Broncos trying to find their stroke that they had in the third quarter. They've only scored 4 points in the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds of quarter number 4. See Coach Cheadle, she is trying as best that she can to get the attention of her team. Might have mentioned earlier in the broadcast, but I had a chance to talk to both of these teams before the game, and I asked the Husky players, I said, hey, what's your coach like? And their eyes all lit up, and they all smiled. And she's just great. And I got the sense that the team kind of looks at her like almost kind of a player coach. You know, the coach that she's going to push you hard, but at the same time, she's going to be right there with you, shoulder to shoulder, when the going gets tough. 39-38, the team with a 1-point lead with the ball. That being the Huskies. Douglas, nice pass inside, can't complete. Giving the Broncos an opportunity to retake the lead. Yancey pushes it ahead, gets it to Snotty. Snotty's gonna walk it over to the left side. She sees a lane, that's a tough shot. Kicks it out to Yancey. Off the side iron. Need a little bit of help. See if they call a jump or a timeout. It does look like a jump ball. Possession arrow. And looks like Miss Davis might be down a little bit. Working on maybe a twisted ankle or something. Now we're going to take a quick break at the 3:31 left in regulation mark. Well, let's see. Maybe we won't. Had maybe a sign that she was going to stand up and on her own power. It looks like she's going to be okay. But I am no physician. I'm not a, let's see, what would that be? Not an obstetrician. That would be an osteo. No? What am I looking for here, Hayden? I mean, you're the genius here between us three. What is the, here, let me turn on your mic so everybody at home can hear the voice of Hayden here from USD 232. What would the name of the doctor be that would tend to an injury like that?
Orthopedic, perhaps?
Orthopedist. Well done. Orthopedist. Ortho, that's also the name of the lawn weed killer, ortho.
You're right. Isn't that
Pedist.
Aren't those the people who also do braces?
The orthodontist. Ortho.
Quite a versatile word.
Right. Ortho. Well, Hayden, as I try to use that as a segue, we ortho going to be watching the championship. Ortho. Watching the championship between the DeSoto boys. Good to see Davis walking off on her own power. She'll take a seat, get a little bit of attention from the training staff. Walked in with the one of the trainers this morning. Delightful young lady. She's excited to be here just like we are. 1 point lead for Blue Valley Northwest. Yancey jumps 12 feet high to get that one. Puts it off the glass as a reward and in. Now back to a 1 point advantage for Lee Summit North. 40-39, 3:20, 3:19. Here's McFall. Little give, roll off. She wanted it back. Darrensport going to go right back to her. Had a chance at a backdoor cut. Burvey back into the game for the injured Davis. Stepping in front of it again is Snotty. She's just so fast. She's so quick. And there's Douglas. Been a little bit quiet as Laney. Is she starting to come to life? Looks like she is. She's at the line right now, shooting 2. Her team's down by 1. 2:52 left in regulation. It's about 5:01 according to my sundial. Last 2:52 is probably going to take about 15 minutes. If this does finish in regulation, I'm going to say that we will tip off the boys' championship maybe around 5:40, but certainly stick around here and take in this last one free of charge. Right here at 810varsity.com. All tied up at 40s. Don't ask me who's leading, Darren. Each team has 40. There are no one in the lead at the moment. Snotty. She almost lifted that last. There's Yancey, an acrobatic, contortionist-like move underneath the bucket. Coach Dunn on the far side. She's very meticulous. She's always sizing up what is going on. And because of that, she's able to relay that to the players and take advantage of the defense, just like Snotty does right there. Antil Snotty. Put her on my team any day of the week. How do you not appreciate and love that hustle? 42-40. And that is a foul that I know that Addie Potts, and that's a frustration. You know, Addie Potts, she's been a little bit off the mark offensively, but she is getting it done defensively. I would say that even if she had 7 or 8 points, her contributions on the other end of the court are as good, if not better. Huskies trying to tie it up. 2:11, 2:10 in regulation. Here's McFall working to the right side. Burvey waits for it in the corner. Little high-low, going down to the 2, low post action up, underneath by Douglas. Can't get it to go. Turn it back the other way. Here come the Broncos, looking to add to a 2-point lead. Under 2 minutes to play. Snotty being patient, staccatos the ball just across midcourt. Davis back into the game. Good to see that she is okay playing through the pain. There's Potts. She's rejected by Douglas. Pass ahead to Burvey. She's going to catch up with it, cut it back. Nice pass by the trailer, Davis. And despite the acrobats, the corkscrew-like move, she took an extra step. The basket does not count. But if effort were worth points, you got to say that was about a 4-point play right there by young Maya Davis. Davis on Snotty, getting a little bit of help from Grossadier. Snotty cross-court pass to Potts. You know she wants to take it. Let's see, are they going to get Davis? Let's see. Okay, that's going to be against Lainey Douglas, and they are just in the game within the game underneath. That has been fun to watch on both ends. Jalen May, Lainey Douglas, and Summer Yancey. I mean, they're just balling out. And we are the recipients. Some great battles, great athleticism. My man Hayden up here from USD 232. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not, yeah, let me turn your mic on. Now, you're not a student of DeSoto High, but you're a student of, what is it? You're at
Mill Valley.
Mill Valley, and that is also part of USD 232?
You are correct.
Very good. Well, break it down for us, Mr. Statistician. What stands out to you the most here in quarter number 4?
Quarter number 4 is the most different of any of the quarters because we haven't had any one team do a long run. It's been points scored by points scored, strike back and strike back. Because of that, we can see the score is very close and tied up still.
Almost tied. If both teams had 40 or 42, would be tied, but you're close. Again, that's kind of how I do my taxes. As long as you're sort of close, right? 42, 40, 220, 221. It's really all the same.
I don't think they like it when you do that.
Yeah, trust me. Once again, shout out to my banker. Okay. Let's kind of reset here. 1:10 left to go, 2 points is the margin for the Broncos, and they have the ball. Huge possession as they all are, but at this stage of the game, no bigger possession for both teams Burvey almost was able to punch that one out of the air. Here's Snotty, who's been the MVP of this second half with her defense, single-handedly responsible for forcing 7 turnovers by Blue Valley Northwest. Coach Cheadle saying, hey, a little more pressure. Grossadier underneath. Jalen May had a good look. I think Jalen May, that was kind of a frustration foul. She said, I had it right in front of me. Young lady, you're going to have a lot of opportunities this year and the next 2 to refine that stroke under the basket. What a delight she is to watch as well. Fantastic young lady. They really all. Sometimes you talk to teams, either they're on the snap face or the Insta chats or the face tweet, whatever it is, and they're like, I really don't want to talk. Both of these teams, you can tell how well coached they are, how great of support they have, not only in the school but also at home. 42-40, Broncos looking to add to that 2-point lead. 41 seconds left. Snotty with the ball. Here comes Davis out to meet her. Snotty driving the lane, Euro step, and a foul away from the ball. Only 2 team fouls. 2 team fouls against Blue Valley Northwest. But that is the 4th foul on Elise Grossadier. Clearly with 32 seconds left, not really concerned by Coach Cheadle. Top of the key. She's coming back around. They're trying to foul, and they finally do. They get Yancey with 24.7 seconds left. Good job by Coach Dunn giving the right type of instruction after that timeout, and Yancey's kind of grabbing her side a little bit. Maybe she had some bad Mediterranean salad, I'm not sure, but she looks a little bit in distress. Hopefully it's nothing too severe. But like we've seen all game, players playing through injury. There's another quick foul. And again, still not into the bonus. The team's 4th foul, so they have 1 more, and then the Broncos are going to be in the bonus. And there it is. Davis, before the ball even found its way into play. Maya Davis. She'll be taking her talents to Johnson County Community College. Addie Potts, only a junior for the Broncos. He's already getting a lot of looks from colleges and universities as well. Both teams now in the bonus. Jalen May taking a seat, and in comes Amaya Mitchell, 5'7" sophomore. Throwing her right into the fire. 3-point. Bronco lead, will it be 4? Indeed it will. Coach Cheadle calls a quick timeout. She's going to bring her troops over. She's going to take a full timeout, and so will we. We're going to be right back. The Hardwood Classic Girls Championship. 4 points between the 2 teams. Less than minutes to play in regulation. You're watching it live on 810varsity.com. We got 21.9 seconds to play in regulation. Broncos have a 4-point lead, 44-40. And here come the Huskies. Shot for three, the right side, off the back iron underneath, though, and one. Lainey Douglas with the most important shot of the game so far for the Huskies. Makes it 44-42. Douglas going to be at the stripe, trying to make three the old-fashioned way to make this a 1-point game. And 8.8 seconds left. Now, Hayden, you were telling me about the free throw percentage of both of these teams. In the first half, they didn't shoot a lot, but they're about 50%. Doesn't matter, because Douglas made it. We're back to a 1-point game, taking a lot of time. They got a foul. Wow, that was close. I think Coach Cheadle was trying to get a foul, and she's gone. You knew exactly what she was going to do. Always the teaching coach, encouraging. Teachable moment for her team. I think she's going to lament the fact that 2 or 3 seconds burned off the clock when she wanted a foul probably within about a quarter of a second. But right at 5 seconds even, Broncos with a 1-point lead. Both of these squads have certainly given us a heck of a game, everything that we thought it would be. And we said it at halftime, despite a 26-17 advantage for the Huskies, said forget about the score. These two teams are extremely evenly matched. And that is pretty well borne out here in the second half. Tighten things up. If there's anything that kind of swayed where we are right now, it would have been the opening 5 minutes of the third quarter. And that's when the Lee Summit North Broncos took over defensively. And no one more so than Antil Snoddy. Folks, she's only a sophomore, 5'6", single-handedly had 3 steals. She had a block. What she wasn't credited for, according to my man Hayden here, are 4 other plays that she either poked the ball away or did something to impede the progress of the Huskies. 5 seconds left. Jalen May. Lainey Douglas right in front of her. May needs to get it in. Yancey. That was a tough foul. Grosadier is going to be charged with that foul with 4.1 seconds left, and Yancey still holding her side. Or maybe she's kind of favoring that right arm. It's really hard to see on the shot whether or not that impacts her free throw shooting ability. Not sure whether she's cramping up. Don't want to speculate again. I'm not a physician. But I did save that for later. Rims in and out. That flicker of light just got a little bit brighter for Northwest.
And that's only the second miss this entire game by Lee Summit from the charity stripe.
How about that? Stat of the day. Hayden. Yancey. She makes that one. But we have a 2-point spread. 45-43. Broncos up by 2. Blue Valley Northwest has 4.1 seconds left. Now, looking at the starting 5, or at least the 5 that have been out on the court, the majority. Now, Lainey Douglas historically has been about a 30% three-point shooter. It's Maya Davis around that same area. Gabby McFall, you got to probably think that Gabby McFall's going to be the one they're drawing up a play for, trying to get her free. Now, even though they don't have a lot of time, they don't need a 3, so they might. How many timeouts do they have left? 1, 2, 3. I think that is the last timeout for Blue Valley Southwest, Northwest. We're going to see Blue Valley Southwest here in about 20-30 minutes take on the home team here, DeSoto Wildcats, in the boys' championship. We hope you'll stick around for that. Those two, whenever they do battle, whether it's on the gridiron or the baseball diamond or the hardwood, it's always one that usually one to remember. Kind of like this game, Hayden. This is definitely one to remember. 45-43. And the Broncos complete the comeback after being down 26-17 at halftime. Down by as many as 12 early in the second quarter. Now, with a 2-point lead and 4.1 seconds left, McFall is going to be inbounding. There's Davis. McFall does get the ball. There's Burvey. She doesn't have a lot of time. Burvey, and she makes it! Ella Burvey wins it! The Huskies are Hardwood Classic champions.
That is absolutely absurd.
Ella Burvey.
That's even crazier when you take into account the Huskies have only been shooting.
Ella Burvey makes it from about 75 feet away, or at least that's what it probably seemed like. Watching it at home or watching it wherever it is. But Gabby McFall did get the ball. She's bringing it up. She finds Ella Burvey wide open on the right wing. Burvey squares up. She pops with no time left and drains it. Nothing but net. The Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest stave off the Broncos of Lee Summit North to claim the championship hardware in the 2023 DeSoto Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Great American Bank. And if our next game that's set to tip off in about 20 minutes is anything close to the quality game that we see, oh my. Friends, now's a perfect time to grab a beverage, some popcorn, whatever it is, and get comfortable. We're going to leave it right here. I'm going to give you a break from my voice, but we're going to let you see the award, the trophy, presentation. See DeSoto Athletic Director Michelle Mages handing out some runner-up medals. Kind of a shell-shocked Bronco team, and who could blame them after that shot from Ella Burvey to win it for the Huskies. As I was telling some colleagues, I'm not sure that I've seen a team in recent memory that has completed such a remarkable turnaround in such a short amount of time as these Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest have. Largely the same team that we've seen in years, or excuse me, last year at least. But they came out, they hit shots when they needed to, but none bigger than Ella Burvey's with just a fraction of a second left. To the victor go the spoils, and those spoils are our first place trophy and some medals going to the Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest. That's going to do it for this game. Be sure to tune back in here in about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll be back on air for the championship on the boys side of things between DeSoto High and Blue Valley Southwest. You know what, my man? We're going to leave the audio on and the video so those young student athletes can have this to kind of memorialize their great effort here today. So I'm just going to shut up and stand aside.
From the Northwest, Skylar Pierce. From DeSoto, Mackenzie Farmer. From East Side North, Antel Studi. And from East Side North, Summer Yancey. The player receiving the most votes from coaches in the All Tournament voting process is also named the 2023 Hardwood Classic MVP. This year's Hardwood Classic Most Valuable Player is Lady Douglas from Blue Valley Northwest. Let's give another round of applause for the 2023 Hardwood Classic All Tournament team. And Soto High School and Great American Bank would like to thank all officials, fans, and teams for your support and participation in this year's Hardwood Classic. Best of luck to all players and coaches throughout the remainder of your season.